My name is Bob Katz, and I am a multi-year AIDS life cycle participant going back all the way to the California AIDS ride days. So grew up in New York City, left New York when I was 29, moved to DC, then came out here. When I got here, every meeting I went to, somebody was talking about somebody who was dying. You know, it's moved a lot faster. AIDS moved a lot faster here than it did in DC, you know, and you know, I mean, I'm sure it was like that in New York too, but I was kind of distant from New York by then, so it just kind of went on like that. I had to go through some processes, you know, the person, it was my gastroenterologist who had me tested for HIV in DC, and otherwise it was sort of a secret, and I came here and I had to, like, you know, set up all the medical stuff, not for anything in particular, but like, you know, I had been positive for 11 years when I went on medication, and they figured that was just about what it took without treatment for HIV to progress to AIDS. So I was actually kind of on schedule. And, you know, during that period of time, one friend after another died. You know, I made a bunch of friends, and a lot of them were positive, and one by one they started going. And during the period of time that Mario and Bob died, I think I lost 30 friends. It was just, you know, excruciating. And, you know, meanwhile, me not knowing what's going to happen with me. And well, I found out about the ride, you know, back then when I started, it was the California AIDS ride. And the way I found out about it, I mean, I'm sure I read about it somewhere, but I had a friend back in the mid-90s who signed up for the second AIDS ride in 1995, and when he came back, he was all over me to sign up for the following year, and my attitude was, you are crazy. I'm not going to go be crazy with you. I'll give you money, but I'm not going to do that. That's insane. I couldn't possibly. And, you know, and the nagging continued for a while, and actually it's funny because it quieted down. And I should have realized something was going on, but I didn't. And in 1998, I had pneumonia, just kind of regular, average garden variety pneumonia. I was pretty sick, but it was scary, you know. And I got better, and late that summer, I got invited to something put on by a group called, I think, Body Positive. They had this, I didn't even know if they still exist, but they had this pool party out in the East Bay somewhere, and there at the party was somebody from the Positive Peddlers, who signed me up to become a member of them, and I decided, at that point, I was going to sign up to do my first ride. And a couple of weeks into training, I found out that the friend who'd been nagging me had passed away. And I wondered why I hadn't heard from him in a while. I have ridden my bike from San Francisco to LA 19 times. I have ridden my bike at the very end of one additional ride. Got a refund on one, didn't get a refund on the other. I had paid for bike shipping, which, come to think of it, was moved forward to next year. I wonder what they're going to do. You know, other than that, I just, you know, I made the usual plans to train. There are some special training rides that you know had to be registered for, that I either had registered for or was in the process of registering for. There's a ride out north of LA in April that I discovered after I retired and could take the time off to do it. That turned out to be a lot of fun. It goes from Valencia to Ventura and back. So, you know, a chance to get away for a long weekend and see friends in LA. And so I'd signed up for that, and the Positive Peddlers has a 3-day ride up to the Russian River, and I signed up for that. And so I was just raring to go.